Hello everybody, my name's Dangerous, and this game's a little bit different. This is actually my first loss, but I hate to be that guy, but in a way, it's a little bit of my team's fault other than mine. And you guys will see, not trying to be, the guy that, oh, it's all your guys' fault and I played perfect. I definitely had some faults in this game, but you will see the positioning of my team ultimately bringing us down. For whatever reason, I had got matched up with a whole bunch of 100s. And, I mean, look at my team's average. We don't even, we barely add up to 100. So, I don't really know what the thought process there was. But, I mean, I guess because I had been playing my previous games and have been winning all of them, that it was just my rating or something. I'm not sure how it works, but needless to say, this game turns out to be just a brutal fest of them camping us pretty bad. I'm not really going to talk much about this gameplay. I'm going to talk more about just team positioning and how ultimately that's what ended up making us lose this right here. The other team played it really well. My team, I don't know if they were just kind of afraid or what it was, but it ended up just my team sitting in our spot the entire time. And if you remember from my first video, I talked about my safe spot, and I want to touch up on a little bit of difference on that factor. Yes, it's okay to have a safe spot, but the problem is if your safe spot is way too far back, you are actually doing more harm than you are doing good. And that might not make sense to some of you guys, but think of it as just, if we give them so much area to push, they're ultimately going to end up beating us. Because they've got no worries and we're backed into a corner. But right there, you notice good awareness on my part. I knew that they were all on my side of the map and that our team was going to be spawning on the other side. So I tried to pick my torque up and run to that other side before they got over there. Ended up getting into that 2-on-1 and it just hurt me. But ultimately, it was a really good idea, and he just gets leveled. But yeah, ultimately it was the right play. Don't think because I died that was a mistake. It was just bad positioning, I guess, from my team. You should never be pushed that far back to have to respawn on the other side. A really good team will not push that far back to make you respawn on the other side. That's the whole purpose of a spawn trap, is to keep them in that spawn. Not saying that these guys aren't good, but if that is their strategy to just completely force us to spawn somewhere else, they probably need to rework that strategy. As you can see, pretty much the only one on my team doing anything, and that kind of affected us a little bit. Can't do much. I mean, I know I've been putting up big scores and stuff like that in the last episodes, but again, it just shows how much of a team game that everything's supposed to be in this one. It's not really a one-man show. It can be, and some people think it should be, but that guy gets bounced really nice. Real aggressive bounce on that one. That guy should have died right there. That was just a point blank every shot into him on that bounce. I'm not quite sure. This game I did get a little bit kind of over aggressive and playing out of my comfort zone, because I knew that if I stayed in my comfort zone that pretty much we weren't going to really get kills because I didn't have much support. So I needed to be the guy to make it happen that way. And it ended up getting me kills, and I believe I still went positive, but right, Oh my god. Yeah, right there. Stuck with the grenade, guys. Never roll backwards. It doesn't even... I don't even care. Like, if you don't know what's behind you, please, just for my sake, that didn't kill me, but I witnessed it and that hurt enough. But just roll forwards. It's always smarter. It doesn't matter. You could, I mean, if he runs behind you, you know what? You could roll back and get him, but what if there's two other teammates behind you and now he just made a 3-for-1 instead of a 1 for, you know, a 1-0. Anyways, I was pretty upset during this entire game. Not to the point where I lost my, lost my cool or anything like that, but just upset with the way I played, upset with how my teammates were letting me play, and just everything around that situation. But basically, that was episode number 7. I told you guys I'd give you every episode, and that is my first loss. So, it happens, and that just shows you guys you can play through it. It doesn't really matter. If your team doesn't want to help, then it's all about you. I'll see you guys in the next episode.